Hello, sports fans. I want to welcome everyone to another edition of Sports Memo's Pro Football Forecast. I'm your host, world champion handicapper, Las Vegas' biggest daily sports bettor, Joe D'Amico. You're going to receive a ton of free winners from some of Sports Memos documenting winning cappers. Today's show is just going to blow it up. We've got four of the best for you. Four of my favorite people. That includes myself. Guys, today's show features Kevin Thomas, Ronald Cabang, Jesse Schule, and myself, Joey D'Amico. And as you'll notice during the entire broadcast, you're going to see a discount across the bottom screen. Those discounts are good for all cappers on the show. 50% off any daily package from today straight through the early games on Sunday in the NFL. Use code FORECAST50 on the checkout. 50% off any daily package. You can't get bigger or better than that. And even match up a couple of us. Match up me and Jesse, Ronald and Kevin, Kevin and Jesse. Any combination you want, you're not going to go wrong because everybody on this panel is a documented winner. Now let's jump right into winning NFL. They call him the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Kevin Thomas. Kevin, NFL free Sunday winner. Our viewers want to know.
It's only up from here after the Bucks screwed me with the over there. I had the under, so let's get right into it. Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots. It's going to be a huge game for Belichick, and starting is Mac Jones' error. But everyone's talking about Deshaun Watson going down there taking his job. I don't get it. The kid would have been number one overall if not for hip surgery. He would have taken that spot from Joe Burrows. No doubt in my mind, the kid was putting up great numbers, has most of the awards for Alabama. The guy's a stud. And then you got Miami Dolphins, number 6 defense in takeaways going against a rookie. We keep forgetting Mac Jones is a rookie who was sharing first-team rep snaps with Cam Newton all season. So they're going to be trying to run the ball. And I know the Dolphins, they're opportunistic, and they're going to be stuffing those tight ends because that's a big part of the Patriots' way is Sanu and Henry come into that team. So I think even if the Patriots win, it's going to be by 1 or 2 points. So make sure you take the Miami Dolphins +3. And that's actually one of my premium picks you're getting for free. So you're welcome.
A premium pick from Kevin Thomas. Kevin, always on the leaderboard at Sports Memo. I see your name up there all the time. It's like they should print it. They should just leave it up there under the Sports Memo logo because you're always up there. You're red hot. I've seen you under the last few days. You're just exploding. What else do you have in the NFL this weekend for our viewers?
I locked in early. I tend to get on the NFL probably Fridays because I like those lines a lot better than the day before. College, I tend to wait to the night of because I like to see where all that money and the bet percents are going before I make a lock. Okay. But the NFL is a little different for me. So you can get all my 3-pack. Sunday special, $47.50, 3 of my best picks for Sunday. You get them, roll them in with this discount. That's a deal right there. Wow. So take advantage of that.
Mr. Kevin Thomas, and like he said, take advantage of that 50% off any daily package. Use code FORECAST50 as you're checking out. We're going to go one of my favorites to another one of my favorites. He is on the leaderboard all the time as well. You know him as U Capper. We know him as Ronald Cabang. Ronald, NFL this weekend. Our viewers need to know.
Yeah, so my first NFL game today is Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. So Trevor Lawrence, obviously, he played well during the preseason. But he's not going to have that much time in the pocket during the regular season. The Jags' offensive line is not that great. I feel like they're the bottom third of the league. I believe the Jags are going to try and establish the run against one of the worst run defenses from last season. But with Lovie Smith in as a new defensive coordinator, I think the Houston defense will be a lot better this season than most is going to expect. Tyrod Taylor, I believe he's going to be the starter this week for the Texans, and I expect him to be ready. I mean, he was the starter for the Chargers before Herbert came in. I think the Texans are going to go run heavy with Ingram, Lindsey, David Johnson, and sprinkle in some QB runs with Taylor. If Houston can basically just limit turnovers, this game will be tight throughout, and the Texans could possibly get in solid position to win this game late in the fourth. I think the key to this game is the impact of Lovie Smith on the defensive side of the ball, and I'll be taking Texans at home +3.
Ronald Cabang taking the dog, the Texans plus the points. Ronald, can you please tell our viewers what else you have going on the premium side this week in NFL?
Yeah, so both I believe both of these free plays today are going to be on the premium side, and then I'll be adding three more, so 5 total plays in the NFL. They'll be spread out in the time slots. I have a game on the Monday night one, which is going to be my second free play today. But yeah, so I'm going to have 5 plays, NFL plays total this week.
Ronald Cabang, go after it. Use that 50% discount code. Any package, get Ronald. He's red hat. He's on the leaderboard. Forecast 50 on the checkout. We're going to go to one of my oldest friends in the business, Mr. Jesse Schule, always on the leaderboards. Jesse, NFL this weekend. Please tell us.
I know you're going to like this, Joe. I got Seattle -3 at Indy. Carson Wentz is apparently going to start for Indy. The guy hasn't played in the preseason. He's missed a ton of practice, and nobody knows how good he's going to be for the Colts. But, I've heard a lot of analysts say about Dak Prescott after he lit it up last night. They're saying, oh, preseason's meaningless, and this, he just comes in and lights it up. But it's a bit of a different story for Carson Wentz. It's a new team, a new coach, a new system. And, Dak was awesome last year. Carson Wentz wasn't. On the other side, we got Russell Wilson. His season last year was a story of first half, second half. But in the first half, he was awesome. He averaged 318 yards a game with 28 touchdowns and 8 interceptions in the first half of the season. He's got all his weapons back, a healthy Chris Carson. I think Seattle's just a better team. Tough spot for Indy.
Okay. Jesse Schule, Seattle, telling you a tough spot for the Colts. Jesse, always on the leaderboard. You gave out another sport on the college football segment, saying that you have something else this weekend. Can you tell us what you got going in NFL? And can you tell our viewers right now that other sport, that big game you've got going on, if you don't mind?
Yeah, that other one is English Premier League soccer or football. Depends on where you hang your hat. But I got that game of the year going early before all the football games start tomorrow morning. And Sunday night, I got my game of the month going in the Sunday night football matchup between the Bears and the Rams. And but I don't recommend purchasing my game of the month at all, because I think it's much better value to subscribe for a week or 3 days or a month.
Jesse Schule telling you he's got some big things in some different sports, telling you get a long-term subscription. You don't have to make a commitment for an entire season. You can dip your toe, a shorter, a 3-day, a 7-day, a 30-day. Then Jesse will make a believer out of you, and trust me, you'll dive into Jesse Schule pool. Jesse, we love you. I've got a free game I want to give out. Guys, I can tell you earlier this week, the line was +1. I personally went out 3 different casinos I hit. When I tell you I hit for 5 figures in each casino. I moved the line and went to a -1. I still love it. I'm talking about the Chargers and the Washington football team. To me, this just might be one of the strongest plays this entire weekend. I want to talk coaches real quick. One side, Brandon Staley, he's been an assistant for 8 or 9 years now. This is the first game ever as a head coach. The other side, Mr. Ron Rivera. He's been a coach in the NFL for a quarter of a century, 25 seasons, one of the best at game prep, one of the sharpest and most well-liked player coaches in football, sports fans. Quarterbacks, Justin Herbert, 1 year as a starter, impressive numbers. I'm not going to argue that, but that inexperience is going to hurt him here. Then there's Ryan Fitzpatrick. If you're dyslexic, it's Patrick Fitzryan. Just kidding. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Not flamboyant, but over a decade as a starter under his belt. The Chargers have ball carriers even I don't know. I looked up their depth chart, and I had to look at I had to click on the icons on each one of these players' names because I don't even know them. I don't remember them. I don't know where they came from. They could be a valet over at the Bellagio for all I know in their spare time. I never heard of some of these guys. Now, Washington football team, a very hungry, talented slew of running backs that will, in fact, move the chains, and I think they're going to move it well here. Defensively, the Washington football team is one of the most complete, underrated stop units in the NFL. Guys, just real quick, defensive end Chase Young, quarterback Willie Jackson III, linebacker Jamin Davis. Guys, this unit is going to spend more time in the LA backfield than the LA players themselves. Washington football team is the best kept secret in the NFC, and for the first month, we're going to take advantage of them, trust me, and they're going to win the NFC East, guys. That's my prediction. But this game gets uglier than if Ben Roethlisberger and Andy Dalton have a baby. And, guys, that's an ugly friggin' baby. Take it from me. Let's face it. Those are two ugly people. All right? No, they really are. I'm sorry. Kevin's laughing, but come on. They're really, really. I mean, last week I said Patrick Ewing and Larry Bird. Ben and Andy might be even uglier. Take this game. This game is going to get ugly. Lay the point here, Washington football team. It is a winner. I love this game. I also have a couple of big winners on the Sunday card for you. I've got 3 big winners. My blue chip, which went 8-1 documented this year. My coveted Las Vegas strip move. Guys, over the last 7 or 8 years, 61-14. My high rollers, which went 60% a season ago. You can get them all right now. Sports Memo. Now, I do want to go into another segment of where the lines have moved, guys. I have some friends over at my favorite book, the Super Book at the Westgate, and they tell me each Friday afternoon before we tape what games have moved and exactly who's moved them. And I think even our panel, because me and some of the guys in the panel talked about some of the college games. We didn't talk about the pros. Public support. Buffalo Bills. All right. They're not moving the line because it's general public action. The ticket count, guys, on this game, 3-1 of the Bills. For every 3 tickets for one side, 1 for the other, Bills. The money, get this, 14-1. 14 times the amount on one side than the other. But they're still not moving the line because it's the general public. They're not worried. Actually, my friend over at the Superbook told me they want the general public to have some fun with this game. They're not afraid of it. They left the line alone. Big line movements, guys. The Colts open 3. I got to tell you, with the Wentz news, Seahawks 3. Sharp money now, Indy -2.5. It is crazy. Sharp money on the Colts, Indy -2.5. It is just crazy. A lot of I messed it up. You got what I said. Just a lot of line. Well, even I make mistakes, guys. A lot of movement on this game. A lot of movement. Sharp money on the Washington football team as a dog. They're now 1. We just talked about that with my play. But one of the biggest volume in handle, 49ers went from 7 up to 8.5. All general public money. And they're still getting bets in at the 8.5. This game might even go 9. Now, my rep over at the Superbook did tell me if it does go 9, if it does have to go 9, they expect the Sharps to hit the other side. But that's what we got in big line movements on Sunday. Quick question, guys, really, and whoever wants to answer it. Cam Newton, do you like his wardrobe? I'm just kidding. No. We got a taste of the NFL on Thursday night, Tampa Bay, Dallas. Tampa Bay, Super Bowl champions, defending Super Bowl champions. Dallas, a lot of hype, a lot of pressure on them to win. Kevin, real quick, any comments or concerns about either team that you saw on the Thursday night matchup?
I would have to say the Tampa Bay's defense. I know they have some of the best linebackers in the league, but I mean Dak was making some passes to those wide receivers and has me. Well, I didn't expect it. That's why I was all over the unders, so I was quite shocked there. But it's game 1. What do you expect?
Gotcha, Kevin Thomas. Ronald Cabang, after watching this game, Dallas, I mean, there's high expectations in Dallas for this team. A lot of people think they're going to win the NFC East. A lot of people don't. Tampa Bay, defending Super Bowl champions. Any thoughts on the first NFL contest of the season?
Yeah, Brady is he's just amazing. I mean, he picks his poison, man. Like every time he sees a mismatch, he sees it before anyone else does. Takes advantage of it. I mean, that's how Gronk got his TDs. I mean, he's still great even at this age.
Ronald, you know what amazes me? Even off the field, the guy, he just gets better every year. He better dealt Bridget Monahan for Giselle. I mean, that's all you got to say. After that, you don't have to say anything. Jesse, any comments about the first NFL game of the season?
Well, hats off to Dak Prescott. He had a great game, and it's good to see. I think Dak's one of the good guys in the league. He always says and does the right things. So that's a positive. But I think Cowboys fans are kind of rubbing their hands together, saying, look at our offense. Look at how good we are. They still found a way to lose. So and Ezekiel Elliott didn't do much. So I think it's time to pump the brakes on the Cowboys hype after a good showing from Dak.
You know, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I always look when there is a highly prophesized team like Dallas. They don't win. They score on one side. Their defense, same old situation. Always for me, I'll probably lay off them next week, only because I want to see how they react. Because it's important to me to see how a game reacts. That's something I look at. But I mean, you know that there's going to be a lot of people just judging their defense from week 1, going against them in week 2 now, even though they are a fan favorite. Just interesting to see what's going to happen next week with this team. We're going to go into some more NFL winners. Let's go back around, our second turn around. I want to go to Mr. Kevin Thomas. You know him because his name is always on the leaderboard. I love him. You love him. He's a Packer fan, as you can see. Kevin, what's your second NFL game, please?
I'm taking the Packers minus the 4.5, and I know this is probably the third squarest play out there on the board, but it's my free winner because I don't know where they're coming up with minus 4.5. Now, I'll give Winston credit. I'm not going to be on Tom Brady's ass like a lot of people, but if Winston had that offensive line when he was back in Tampa, he has the arm strength. He would have won a Super Bowl. Tom Brady handpicked those guys, and that's a huge offensive line. So Jameis Winston kind of got robbed there. The guy's got all the talent, but sometimes a little bit of pressure throws him off, and he's going to get a lot of pressure with this Packers defense because they finally did the right thing. Fired their defense coordinator, brought in Joe Barry, and this guy's running schemes out there. But we haven't got to see any of it in preseason. But you got King, who's playing for a contract. They picked up Stokes from Georgia in the draft. Zaire, he's a shutdown cornerback. I don't know who Winston's throwing to. Traquan Smith might play. Callaway looked great in the preseason, but hell, that's the preseason. Everybody looks great there. So I'm all over Green Bay here, and I don't even know. I mean, it's playing in Jacksonville. I don't know what advantage except the Saints defense. But what corner do they have that's going to shut down the wide receivers for Packers? I mean, Lattimore, it ain't happening. So.
Kevin Thomas coming in with his fave, the Green Bay Packers. And sports fans, remember, look at the graphic across the bottom of your screen. Any capper on this panel, from the time you watch this broadcast to Sunday when the early games kick off, 50% off any daily package, huge code, Forecast50. You can't beat that with about maybe team a couple of us up. Team Ronald, Team Kevin, Team Jesse, and me. Guys, I'll tell you right now, you can't go wrong. 2 cappers for the price of 1. Or like Jesse said earlier in the broadcast, guys, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day packages. You can't go wrong with them. You don't have to make a full commitment. Guys, you ain't going to marry us. You can just date us for a little while, see how much you love us. And trust me, after a few weeks, you're going to ask us for a ring. I promise you that. Let's go on over to one of my favorite people, Mr. Ronald Cabang, you capper. Ronald, can you give us your second NFL game, please?
Yeah, so my second NFL game is on the Monday night game, Baltimore Ravens at the Las Vegas Raiders. I know you're going to that game, right, Joe?
I am. I'll be there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be totally silver and black. No matter who I bet, I'll be in silver and black, paint my face, have the outfit on. I might even streak right across the field at halftime. You never know.
Yeah. Well, my take on that game is, obviously, there's been a lot of talk about the Ravens running back situation. But obviously, to me, it doesn't really matter who the running back is because they got Lamar Jackson. He's their running back. He's their leader. Yeah, as long as he's starting at QB, the run game is going to be healthy. The Baltimore D-line, I think it's going to be important to see how they play against this Raiders new look offensive line. So that's going to be another key to this game. I think the Ravens should have a huge advantage there. I think Oakland will struggle to run the ball, and Carr's going to need to make plays through the air for most of the game. And historically, Baltimore, they have strong starts ever since Harbaugh took over. And I think that trend is going to continue this season. I'm taking Ravens -4.
Ronald Cabang taking the Ravens -4. I'll be there Monday. Ronald, why don't you flying out? Join me. You could dress up as crazy as me. We could get arrested together. Ronald, one of the best. He's always on the leaderboard. We're going to go to another one who's always on the leaderboard. He is one of my favorite people in the world, let alone in this business. You know him because he's always on top of that leaderboard. Jesse Schule. Jesse, one more NFL winner, please.
Yeah, I'm looking at Arizona at Tennessee. I like the Titans here minus the 3 points. what happens when you add Julio Jones to an offense that ranked 4th in the league in scoring a year ago? What happens is, I guess you have nightmares if you're the opposing defensive coordinator. It's going to be tough to stop that offense. Derrick Henry, just a beast. Nobody can stop him. And then you've got, the way that Tannehill's played and giving him another weapon like that. Additionally, Arizona's thin at cornerback. They've lost Patrick Peterson and Drake Kilpatrick, and the replacements are either a rookie or a veteran who hasn't played in 2 years. So that's going to be a bit of a recipe for disaster. And I just think at the end of the day, it'd probably be a pretty high scoring game, and the Cardinals come up short against a really stacked Tennessee offense.
Jesse Schule giving out another big free winner. Tennessee Titans. Sports fans, there's another game on the board that really stuck out to me early this week. The line isn't what you would call a sharp line. I'm going to talk about the Niners here. Detroit Lions are forecasted to win 4.5 games this season, guys. This ain't one of them. We all know that. Yes, it was just preseason, but you would have thought that the Lions would have given the team some confidence and their fans something to be excited about. Heck no. All right, winless in August. Okay, they acquired Jared Goff. But unlike his days with the Rams, my friends, the quarterback has no talent around him. No big names, no playmakers at all. Take it from me, he's in trouble this season. And the 4.5 games they're slated to win is a very, very liberal number. The NFC West is going to be a dogfight this year. I think we can all agree on that. San Fran favored to win it, but it's going to be tough. So the Niners need everyone they can get outside the division as well right now. They have ball carriers, wideouts, one of the most valuable tight ends in the game. If you recall, Detroit ranked 28th in rushing yards allowed a season ago, 30th in passing yards, dead last in total yards. Jimmy G, guys, what can we say? He's Italian. I'm going to root for him, but I like him in the spot. Jimmy G, Raheem Mostert, George Kittle will dice up the Lions' lack of defense, while Nick Bosa and Dee Ford will haunt Jared Goff's dreams for years to come. The line is 7.5. Normally, I tell you, buy it down just to err on the side of caution, but you ain't going to need it, guys. Lay to 7.5 with confidence. I'm taking the Niners to win here. Listen, they need this win. They need some confidence, too, before they start facing some division opponents. I like the Niners. I'm not even buying it down. I'm laying the 7.5, sports fans. Let me go over real quick, if I may. Kevin Thomas, free winners. Dolphins, Packers. Ronald Cabang, Texans, Ravens. Mr. Jesse Schule, Seahawks, Titans. Joey D, the Washington football team. And the 49ers. 8 free plays. Tell you right now, any one of us is going to make you money this weekend. But use that 50% discount code at the bottom of your screen. Forecast 50 on checkout. Any package you want, the daily package between today and Sunday, early NFL kickoff games. I'll tell you right now, you get 50% off. It's a bargain. Maybe get a couple of us. Get some diversity. Because we are, the 4 of us here, we're all documented winners, but we have 4 different ways of looking at things, and everybody here is a winner. Guys, we had a great show on the NFL side. Keep coming back each week. We're going to keep giving you winners. Keep trying to entertain you. Have some fun in the process. But most importantly, we want to give you good, solid content. And please like these posts, comment on these posts, share these posts, go to YouTube, go to Twitter, go wherever you can. I'm going to tell you now that other website is allowing nudity, we might be on there again. I'm not even going to name them. Just a joke. No, guys, listen. Go to our YouTube channel, go to Twitter, like, comment. Tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like. But keep coming back, and we're going to keep giving you winners. I want to thank the most exciting website on the planet, Sports Memo, your one-stop shop for all your sports betting needs, our wonderful panel of experts, and most of all, I want to thank you guys, our viewers. Guys, on behalf of Sports Memo, Kevin Thomas, Ronald Cabang, Jesse Schule, I'm Joe D'Amico. Good luck, and have a winning day.